The 6th of October War, also known as the Yom Kippur War in Israel and the Ramadan War in the Arab world, is a significant chapter in Egypt's modern history. From the Egyptian perspective, the war was a turning point that ultimately led to the liberation of the Sinai Peninsula from Israeli occupation. This conflict is remembered in Egypt as a moment of national pride, military achievement, and a crucial step toward regaining sovereignty over its territory. Six-Day War, 1967. The roots of the October War trace back to the Six-Day War in June 1967, when Israel launched a preemptive strike against Egypt, Syria, and Jordan. In this war, Israel captured the Sinai Peninsula from Egypt, along with the Golan Heights from Syria and the West Bank and East Jerusalem from Jordan. The loss of Sinai was a significant blow to Egypt, both strategically and symbolically. Diplomatic efforts. After the Six-Day War, Egypt, under President Gamal Abdel Nasser, sought to regain the Sinai Peninsula through diplomatic means. However, these efforts were largely unsuccessful. Nasser's successor, President Anwar Sadat, who came to power in 1970, also initially pursued a diplomatic solution, but found that Israel was not willing to return the occupied territories without a peace agreement that recognized Israel's existence. Decision to go to war. By 1973, after years of stalemate and frustration, Sadat concluded that only a military confrontation could break the deadlock and force a negotiated settlement. Sadat's plan was to launch a limited war that would allow Egypt to reclaim part of the Sinai Peninsula and create the conditions for a favorable peace process. The war begins on October 6, 1973, which coincided with the Jewish holy day of Yom Kippur and during the Muslim holy month of Ramadan. Egypt and Syria launched a coordinated surprise attack against Israeli forces in the Sinai Peninsula and the Golan Heights. For Egypt, this day also marked the 10th of Ramadan, a significant day in the Islamic calendar. Crossing the Suez Canal, the Egyptian military's operation, codenamed Operation Badr, began with a massive artillery barrage followed by the crossing of the heavily fortified Suez Canal. Egyptian forces used water cannons to break through the Bar Lev line, a series of Israeli fortifications along the eastern bank of the canal. The successful crossing was a significant military achievement and a morale booster for Egypt, as it demonstrated the capability of the Egyptian army to overcome the formidable Israeli defenses.